Hi, my name is Mocha and I am an artist. Now, I don't do long form content, so I apologize, you're gonna have to bear with me, but I wanted to try and make pretty much my first YouTube video with my face. I have previously done speed paints and voiceovers, but I've never really done anything with me in it. I do vlog style content on TikTok, and occasionally I'll post the same content over on Instagram, but I do not do long form. But my goal is to eventually one day run my own full-time art business. I have been working so much to try and reach that goal. Recently I got accepted to do my first ever artist alley, and I have been watching non-stop artist content about how to do artist alleys, how to do your own art business, how to stay organized, all of that. Any art business related content you can think of, I have consumed. A lot of the advice I got was great, but I didn't find a lot for someone who is genuinely starting from zero, like myself. Some of them were kind of, like start your art Instagram and open your shop at the same day and just really focus on doing a shop and like making your brand and just keep posting online. And that advice is really helpful, and it's good to stay motivated, and I do genuinely believe that things like the internet are an awesome way to grow your business and an awesome tool for every artist. But for someone like myself, I have been online doing art for many years. I never really grew a massive platform. I did commissions here and there, and I've continued to do that since, and I've been doing commissions for about 3 or 4 years now. Hi, Editing Mocha here. I just wanted to correct myself. I've actually been doing commissions for closer to 5 years, actually closer to 6 if we want to count free commissions on Amino. So it's been longer than that. I've been doing commissions since around 2018, mid to late 2018, but most of them were free and occasionally paid. So a lot longer than 3 years, unfortunately. But when I first started, I was 16, 17, I was a kid. I didn't really know if I wanted to do art, and if I wanted to do art, what kind of art was it? Did I want to do commissions? Did I want to do artist alleys? Did I want to make products, pins? I had no idea. I have a pre-existing platform that I'm not just going to give up because I have built a community of people that I genuinely love and care about. It's hard to find advice, at least for me, being in that situation. Because for me, I'm kind of just now, years into it, figuring out what I want to do. And so the advice of make your own Instagram account and shop and start posting doesn't really apply to me. I already have an Instagram, and I'm not going to start from scratch just for a shop, because my shop and my art are pretty much one and the same. My idea and concept of coming here on YouTube is to really just keep a track of what it's like for someone who's in my position, where I am starting from ground zero. I've never done an artist alley, I've never sold products, but I have a pre-existing existence online with art and being in art spaces. Additionally, I'm a furry.
No! God, please, no!
Shockingly. And a lot of the content that I've been able to find revolves around a lot of kawaii merch and a lot of anime and game fan art, which I do both, but my primary passion is my furry stuff. And there's not a lot of furry artists who make content about what it's like to be in that space and do the things that other artists do. My goal is to essentially just vlog what it is like being an artist in a very specific niche, and what it's kind of like preparing for my first ever artist alley, for example, that's coming up in about a month. Opening my shop, which technically has opened, but I'm having my first major actual update in about 2 weeks. Because for me, I couldn't really find that content. It didn't really exist, and it's hard knowing what to do when, everyone's like, well, I do kawaii merch, so they've got this broad spectrum of people who are going to be interested, and the advice of just making an Instagram is really easy. But when you're in a niche, it's much harder because you're not going to instantly find the people in that niche who will like your art. And especially within fandoms where there's always going to be some group of outsiders who are going to hate on you, you're in a very different kind of world to them. Essentially, like I've said about a million times already, I just want to show other people that it is possible and kind of keep a track of where I've started from and where I'm going to. Because I think for me, a lot of my apprehension about doing a lot of these things and why I've been in this space for so long but still feel like I am at point zero is because I had no one else to like talk to or look at to go, oh look, they're doing the same thing. Also because it feels quite odd because you see so many people who, like I said, do like fan art or kawaii stuff or stationery, but so few people who are in, you know, one specific fandom, especially one like the furry fandom where so many people make their entire living just off of the furry fandom. I just want to keep a track of where I've started. I very deeply regret not doing this for my art journey, so why not do it for my business journey? Ramble aside, and I do want to apologize, this is not scripted at all. I don't really know how to write a script. I'll learn eventually. But I just wanted to do this first video really just as an introduction as to what this is and who I am. Like I said, my name's Mocha and this is my persona. I have done hundreds and hundreds of art pieces of them. Like I said, I have been doing art for many, many years. I've been doing commissions for many, many years, and I have accumulated so much art. And I never really knew what to do with it beyond just, you know, doing a drawing and then it just sitting in a file on my computer. I love producing art, and last year, thanks to some issues with my work, I ended up getting a fat, juicy tax rebate, which I used to purchase a Cricut and a printer. And part of that was because I just was impulsive and I wanted a printer so that I could print things, because why not? And then when I went with a friend to Officeworks to have a look at printers, she was like, why don't you get a Cricut? I have one, it's great, I love it. And I had the money and I was like, you know what, why not? And I instantly started making stickers like the ones I have on my tablet here. I didn't know what I was doing, but I loved it, and that has kind of become my passion recently, is making a ton of stickers and other things like these charms. I can get it on camera. Using my Cricut. And it's honestly just been like a whole nother realm of art for me beyond just doing the digital stuff, because I've always loved the idea of having physical art, but for me the cost barrier and like space wise doing traditional art wasn't really a feasibility. I couldn't afford to get constant supplies to be buying sketchbooks all the time. I didn't really have the space to store physical art supplies like paints and pastels and all of that. So I opted to have a digital art program. For a very long time, I just used a laptop and a mouse pad. I know. I'm ashamed of it too. And then eventually I moved to having my first tabletop Wacom, and then about a year and a half ago I purchased a tabletop screen tablet, which is behind me, and then because I travel a lot because I live away from my family, I got a portable tablet. Overall, I'm a digital artist with an interest in physical things, but I primarily like doing my digital art and turning it into a physical thing. Some of the things that I've recently been kind of interested in are these little charms. They're just made out of shrink plastic. And I've been able to make a whole bunch of phone charms out of them. I've made my own personal name tags before. And all of it's just kind of been digital art printed out, and then, you know, you bake the plastic and it turns into whatever else. But I have also gotten into things like beadwork and sticker making, and I'm looking at doing prints because I love doing everything. I am pretty much just allergic to choosing one thing and doing one thing only. That's a little bit about myself. I'm very eclectic. I would say I like doing all forms of art, barring traditional, funnily enough. I think doing digital for so long, I just don't prefer to do it with a pen or pencil. I don't mind painting every now and then, but I can't say that I particularly like sitting down with a pencil and drawing on a piece of paper. I do felt crafts like punch needle, which I'll put some examples up. I do sticker making, charms, beadwork, pretty much anything and everything, and that's kind of why I want to go into making products, because I genuinely get a lot of joy out of it, and I've learned so much even in just recent months from doing different things, such as doing these have genuinely taught me so many skills that I just would have never learnt. But like I said, I'm a very eclectic person. I will do everything. I very much suffer from that ADHD. I'm going to pick up a hobby and I've been trying to motivate myself to pick up hobbies and continue through with them. And honestly, the hobbies that I had picked up have been wonderful and I absolutely love them. And I'm hoping that I can eventually turn it into a business. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is pretty much just going to be me. I know I'm not the best to look at or the best to listen to, but I just want to keep a track of where I'm at, what I'm doing, and the steps that I'm taking to become, hopefully, a full-time artist, and to hopefully find other people who are in a similar situation like me, where they're within a niche and it's hard to find information or other people doing that niche as well and who are starting from zero. There are plenty of furry artists who I look up to, who I know personally, but they're like, I've been doing this for 10, 15 years, the landscape is completely different, and they can't really offer much advice as a newbie, but they can offer advice of, like, here's how you should set things up, here's how things run. But if I was to go like, hey, I'm starting from scratch, what do I do? They probably couldn't help me because I've not started, in the last 10, 15 years. So it's a very different landscape. Hi, I am extremely awkward. I'm not good in front of cameras. I don't know how to script. But if you're in the same situation as me, chuck us a follow. I will probably do vlog style content and whatnot, regular updates on my art projects and what I've finished, and hopefully over the next month, if I keep up with this, I will be doing updates on doing my first ever artist alley as an artist, and I am going in this completely blind. I don't have many artist friends or anything that do artist alleys, and I don't know anyone who has done the particular convention that I'm going to. So I'm going in completely blind and pretty much just trying to compile as much knowledge from online, YouTube, people I know, to try and figure out what I'm doing and hopefully not fail. So if you're interested in seeing that journey as well, I will be putting it on here, and hopefully you can learn something, and if I fail, you can learn from my failures. But I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.